So what's going to play out in the coming days in Karnataka, and what's with the indecisiveness of the High Command? Why are they struggling to just pick one leader and put an end to all of this suspense? Joining me on this broadcast is R.K. Upadhyay, senior journalist. We also have Dr. Sandeep Shastri with us, political analyst. Nagarjun Dwarkanath, my colleague from Bengaluru, will also be with us to get us insights of what's happening on the ground. Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, I'd like to begin with you. You know, what's happening right now in Karnataka, many would argue, is easily avoidable. You're seeing both of these leaders resorting to these power games, power flexes, when all of it can be ended with one word from the High Command.
Akshita, yesterday Siddaramaiah completed 2.5 years, and from day one, Shivakumar is in Delhi, pressing his demand for the chief minister's post. And he says that, it was promised that after 2.5 years, he will be made the chief minister. And now he's all out to do it. And he knows it is now or never for him. Because though he knows that, Siddaramaiah commands the numbers, there is the promise made by the High Command at the time of the formation of the government. In May 2023, when the government was formed, it took the High Command 5 days to, really convince the two sides who bitterly fought for the chief minister's post. In fact, I remember the results came on May 13th, and 14th to 18th, this drama went on in Delhi. And then finally, Sonia Gandhi called from Himachal Pradesh, where she was holidaying, called Shivakumar and told him, please accept the DCM post and we'll ensure that, you get justice. And that is when it was resolved. And the 19th, the agreement was announced, and 20th of May 2023, this government came into being. So since then, Shivakumar has been keeping quiet, and now he knows that he has to put up his demand and get this done, because he has been a loyalist of the Congress party. I mean, Siddaramaiah might be senior. He has had one full term as chief minister, and now he has completed 2.5 years. And Shivakumar is no novice. He has won 8 consecutive assembly elections: 4 from Satnur, 4 from Kanakpura, both from Bangalore South. And he has had his own supporters among the Vakaligas. And in fact, 2023 election, Congress would not have won 135, but for his strong support as the KPCC president.
No, but I'd also like to bring in Dr. Sandeep Shastri. While we're all very critical of the High Command, it is a tough decision to make, Dr. Shastri. One, yes, many would argue that needs to be taken, but a difficult one nonetheless.
Akshita, always leadership needs to take difficult decisions, otherwise it's not a leadership. Now, it's only difficult decisions that they need to take. And let's look at what both the leaders, Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar, are saying. Neither of them are denying that there is a likelihood of a challenge. While Siddaramaiah says that the High Command will decide, Shivakumar also is putting the ball in the court of the High Command. So when both are taking that stance, it's very clear that there is something that possibly happened in 2023 when the government took over. And in the past, let's remember, Siddaramaiah has had a full 5-year term. S.M. Krishna has had a full 5-year term, but on both those occasions, there was no such question of an agreement. So I think in spite of the challenges that the Congress party today faces, they need to take a decision. The High Command needs to resolve this issue either way. See, they need to resolve the issue either by saying clearly, no, the chief minister continues, or say that the time has come for a change. Now, keeping this issue in the limbo, allowing both the leaders to say High Command will take a decision, High Command will take a decision, it is creating a drift in the party, and it is creating a situation where governance is not the focus, but the chair is the focus. And
Agreed.
It has been said by Siddaramaiah that
bad
this
optics.
is his last term.
It's bad optics for the government, for the Karnataka Congress, because it seems that they're busy in this all-out fight and there's no focus on administration or governance. It's a bad look for the Congress. The fact that they're not able to quell and put out all of these fires, no matter how long it's been raging on for. And I want to bring in Nagarjun also on this, because we've seen so much happen, Naga, in the last 24 hours, and yet pin drop silence, if I'm not wrong, from the High Command. Have they said anything at all?
Absolutely nothing, except for a tweet by Ranjit Singh Surjewala, who's the in-charge secretary of Karnataka Congress. It's shocking that how the High Command is not has not acted on this in the last 48 hours. We have got MLAs reaching Delhi. We have got MLAs making statement. DK Shivakumar coming out and saying that no one can stop the MLAs. Siddaramaiah saying that he will continue to be the chief minister. In 48 hours, he's told twice that he would be presenting the next budget of Karnataka in March 2026. Amidst all of this, High Command has been mute spectator and not doing anything. That costed them Rajasthan, that costed them Chhattisgarh, that costed them Punjab, and now they are doing the same in Karnataka. Many within the DK Shivakumar camp are saying that yes, their party has gone through a debacle in Bihar, and that's exactly the reason that you need to have a fresh face with present system and setup in Karnataka. The party cannot win 2028 is what DK Shivakumar camp is claiming. But however, the CM camp is claiming that I am the tallest OBC leader. While you need to consolidate the OBC, the party cannot remove me because the party's agenda itself is OBC plank, and hence Siddaramaiah has a strong put forward. And also after the Congress debacle in Bihar, they have no other option apart from going with a strong regional satrap in 2028.
But you know, if you look at it right now, the battle between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, I just want to also play out for you exactly what Siddaramaiah said versus what DK Shivakumar said today. The tone between the two is very different. And what's very clear is that everything is not okay. There may be attempts to say that, look, there's no fight whatsoever while the power tussle happens of these kind of dinner meets and whatnot. You see the kind of messaging from both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar today, and you understand that, yes, all is not well. Listen into this.
ಶಿವರಾಯಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಹೋಗಿದಾರ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಡಿ ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಕೃಷಿ ಸಚಿವರನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅಂತಿಮವಾಗಿ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡು ಏನ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವ್ರು ಏನ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೌದು, ಯಾವುದು ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ? ಹೌದು, ನಾನೇ ಮುಂದುವರಿತೀನಿ, ಬಜೆಟ್ನು ನಾನೇ ಮಂಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಆಲ್ 140 MLAs ಆರ್ ಮೈ MLAs. Honorable Chief Minister decided he will reshuffle the government. He will reshuffle the government and cabinet. So all of them are interested that they wanted to become ministers. It is quite natural they will go and meet the leaders of the Delhi. It is quite natural they will go out of the Delhi. Apart from that, what I can say, they have every right. I have not taken anyone. Some of them went and met Kalyan Saab. Along with Chief Minister also they went in the plane, some of them. What is wrong? They are going, it is their life, whether no one has called them, but voluntarily they are going and showing their faces. They wanted to show their presence that they are in the forefront and they can do work and they want responsibility.
Okay, bringing back Mr. R.K. Upadhyay and Sandeep Shastri on this. Mr. Upadhyay, I refuse to believe at any point that these MLAs landed up in Delhi without getting the nod from DK Shivakumar. These are power tactics that DK Shivakumar is a master of and is very familiar with.
Yes, Akshita. He has right now sent about 10 MLAs who knocked on the doors of Mallikarjuna Kharge around 11 o'clock in the night yesterday. And I'm told that 10 more will be going today or tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's going to keep on piling pressure on the High Command until it makes up the decision. One more thing in favor of Shivakumar is he took over as KPCC president in July 2020 at the height of COVID. He has led the party to victory in 2023 election, and there have been precedents when the KPCC presidents automatically became the chief ministers. Whether it was Virendra Patil or S.N. Krishna, all these people were KPCC presidents, and then they were automatically moved as chief ministers. This time, an exception was made because Siddaramaiah was a senior person, and he insisted that he should become the chief minister for the second term. See, he has already had one full term as 5 years, and then Shivakumar has rightly claimed that he should get a chance because he has been an MLA for 36 years, unbroken record, and he has also served the party loyally And he has come to the crisis whenever the party has faced a crisis, not just in Karnataka, across the country. So that being the case, I mean, he has a valid claim for chief minister's post. It is for the High Command to get Siddaramaiah to come around and accept the fact that he has to share power, and he is already 77, and it's high time that he also has to look at what Shivakumar thinks about this situation, and he should be accommodated.
Yeah. But at the same time, do you also think, Dr. Shastri, and this is something that we were speaking about yesterday, that with all of this talk of a cabinet reshuffle, that this is D.K. Shivakumar's attempt to ensure that he's accommodated, at least in the cabinet reshuffle, that he knows there's no chance of a CM change, that there's going to be no way that he is going to become the chief minister right now. So keeping that in mind, this is his attempt to go ahead and ensure that at least in any other way, I'm brought in more, I'm accommodated more.
I don't think that's the tactic or strategy at all. He has not spoken about the cabinet reshuffle at all, because conceding a cabinet reshuffle and ensuring your people in the cabinet, I think, is a sense conceding the fact that you are giving up your expectation of chief ministership, which D.K. Shivakumar at this stage I don't think would do. I think he is going to keep the pressure going, and his supporters would believe that he has the right to keep the pressure going because that was a promise made to him. And Akshita, remember, let's see other states where similar challenges have happened, and what happened in the case of Jyotiraditya Scindia. What happened in the case of, in Rajasthan, in the case of Sachin Pilot? What happened to Singhdev in Chhattisgarh? Singhdeo's case is very close, where he too was promised the chief ministership and it didn't happen. And the party suffered a huge consequence because of that. So I think the high command of the party needs to stand up and take a call and not let, as I said earlier, not let this drift continue. There is very clearly a sense of irritation on the face of the chief minister when responding to the question, which means there is tremendous pressure on him also. And saying that I'll present the next budget was very much an act to say, no, I'm very much there. But in the same breath, he says the high command will take a call. So very clearly, the two contenders are clearly saying it's the leadership which needs to take a call on this matter. And they have put the ball in their court.
You know, the buck stops with the high command here. And the high command has been MIA. They've refused to take a stand. They refused to do anything about this. But if you look at the current situation, I will just pull out a graphic right now of why Siddaramaiah right now holds the edge. Why is it that it looks unlikely that Siddaramaiah will really be replaced as the chief minister? Because he has a huge support base of the OBCs, and that's not going anywhere. The fact that he's a veteran leader, has electoral popularity, time-tested, and has ensured that he's passed all of those tests, that's something that also is weighing in the mind of the high command, I'm sure. Has massive support of all the crucial voter blocs and strategic control also over the government machinery. Keep in mind the fact that even if you look at right now the MLAs within the Congress, most of them are with Siddaramaiah. The party high command also has preferred him, but there are the likes of Sonia Gandhi, who is known to also be very fond of D.K. Shivakumar. But the fact that Siddaramaiah also has been able to handle power tussles without leading it to any sort of massive rift within the Karnataka Congress is another aspect. And then there's the corruption Achilles heel for D.K. Shivakumar. Yes, Siddaramaiah has faced some allegations in the last few years, but nothing compared to really the legal cases that D.K. Shivakumar is having to go through right now. Dr. Shastri and Mr. Upadhyay, final words from both of you. Do you agree that Siddaramaiah right now has the edge? Mr. Upadhyay, to you first, that Siddaramaiah has the edge. There's no question right now of him being replaced, but what does that mean for D.K. Shivakumar?
No, I think, you see, D.K. Shivakumar represents the Vakaligas, and they're a very strong community. And after S.M. Krishna, there has not been a Congress chief minister, and he has a right to claim chief minister's post. Siddaramaiah might be representing the OBCs, but then the Vakaligas contributed very heavily for the 2023, the election victory for the Congress party. In fact, the JDS was reduced to 19 seats in this election, the lowest in 25 years. That happened because of the campaign Shivakumar carried on. And in the south Bangalore, the JDS was wiped out. So all these factors, really go in favor of Shivakumar, and then the Vakaligas will strongly put up their thing. And I'll tell you, in 2028 election, I think Shivakumar will play a major role if the Congress makes him the chief minister at that time, because Siddaramaiah has already has a worn out look, and he has not been able to carry the government forward except the guarantees. He has nothing else to show, and if the Congress has to come up with the new ideas and new leadership, I think it's a time for them to bring Shivakumar ahead of in this race.
One of the biggest questions that comes up, Dr. Shastri, will DK Shivakumar sit quiet if there's no change?
Now, your small visual earlier showed that it looked as if Siddaramaiah had the edge. But I think the advantage that Siddaramaiah has is that he's in power. That's the only edge which I think he has, already in power. But three factors quickly, Akshita. First, the dominant OBC leader accepted, but overwhelming OBC support, I think there is a question mark, because if that overwhelming OBC support was there, they should have romped home in 2018, because that's the slogan he had taken up at that point of time. He has the support of MLAs. I think at the end of the day, if the High Command indicates any change that they want, those same MLAs will then move over to what the High Command would want it to do. And as Ramakrishna said, ultimately, is the party looking at 2028 or not? Are you going into a 2028 with a chief minister who has said that this is his last election? Or are you going to put in place a leader who will lead you into the election in 2028?
Yeah.
These are the three imponderables that need to be considered.
Fair point. And at the end of the day, look, we can all continue our conjecture. And the reason there's room for that is because the High Command is completely silent, pin drop silence from them, even as you're seeing all of this talk, all of this infighting playing out rather publicly. There's optics on one hand, which the High Command must look into, because this doesn't look good for the Karnataka Congress. But secondly, also the optics for the High Command themselves, that they seem completely clueless. Either they're choosing to look the other way or are completely oblivious to what's happening. Either way, it's not good news for the Karnataka Congress. Thank you, Dr. Sandeep Shastri and R.K. Upadhyay, for joining us with your insights of what's really playing out right now in Karnataka. Next few days, if the High Command steps in, we'll perhaps get some clarity on who their pick is. Is it Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar? For now, it's Siddaramaiah who remains the Chief Minister.